yours as well, Representative. But I suggest we could have a more productive conversation with a smaller group. Perhaps only the most essential representatives.
I suppose there is some sense to that.
Okay.
I hope we meet again, Jara Rydek.
Thank you. Omni-Man just looking like what?
Spock and I will cover everything on the diplomatic front. You make nice with the locals and see if you can get some answers. We need to find out why the Hotari are so willing to risk war. What happened in those mines?
Okay, speak with members of each faction. I don't have a phaser, I don't have a tricorder. This guy has a nice weapon there. Okay, examine Queen's chamber.
The captain and ambassador have it handled. I've got my own mission.
Okay. There was some wind here because this was just flowing in this direction. Can we talk to this guy? Hello? No? Okay, so we're pretty high up. Like in a mountain. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Speak with Sidron?
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elydians' baseless
You have suffered
claims
enough.
and protect the interests of my people.
The Hotari have suffered enough at the hands of the Elydians.
I couldn't agree more.
I assume you were there the day the mines were seized from the Elydians.
Not seized, reclaimed, and restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive, before the Elydians could even realize their worst nightmare was upon them.
Don't you fear retaliation?
I'm curious why the Elydians haven't fought back. They have the ability to retake the mines anytime they want.
Ability is one thing, courage is another. The Elydians know any hostile action on their part will not end well. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome.
Okay.
Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship.
Nope.
Ready to contend with anything the Elydians might have in store.
No, it's just a science
Or is
vessel.
that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
I wouldn't say state of the art, but the Resolute is plenty capable and can hold its own against just about anything.
Let's hope so. Because at the moment, it's the only thing preventing them from wiping us off the map.
Really?
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Okay, see you later, bro. Okay, so... What is this? Water. Appreciate the water.
Soothing.
Yes, soothing. Where's my ring, by the way? Can I look at my ring? Can't really see. Yeah, I see the ring, but... Come on, stop turning around. I want to see the ring. Jesus! Okay, I'm gonna talk to these guys. Hello.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
The aliens were wrong.
The Elydians have no right to your land. It was clear which side was more deserving of our recognition.
It's so different to have someone on our side. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing.
Yes, the times are
I saw you
changing.
speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now, they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
You don't trust them?
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a big ship right there.
They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid.
Oh,
I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth.
the Iron Storm?
Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the Ion Storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Illidians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference.
Maybe.
Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But that's what concerns me.
Something in the
Whatever they're hiding, it
mines.
can't be good.
How can we know?
Hey, hello.
I'd better see what's happening.
Okay. They're
Do
probably
you think you
shouting.
can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Yes. You're a spy now. You want me to show you
you.
how to use that thing?
I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Awesome.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time.
Yes.
I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me.
Well, you look
Without
kind of
Illidian
weird.
involvement, there is no dilithium trade. But clearly, you weren't aware.
Of all my concerns, dilithium is not one of them. I could care less about securing a supply, now or in the future.
I'd be curious to know if the rest of the Federation shares your indifference.
Probably not.
Major Salit Arminta, Special Attaché, Illidian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Thanks, Major.
I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly.
Convenient.
At least that was what we were told.
Huh.
Of course, I wasn't there.
What really happened?
But who am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what really happened?
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt.
Okay.
How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story.
Okay.
They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You just answered your own question.
Yes.
How do a group of miners do something that in theory can't be done? That's how.
Harnessing the storm.
But even if it's true, how does that even happen?
You tell me.
They found something in the mines. That's the thing.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Rydek.
Okay, see you later, bro. Report your findings to Captain Solano. Where's Solano? He over here? We're not just running, we're just skipping, you know? Hello? Hello? Okay, so how do we go?
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illidians stormed out.
Okay.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
They were.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
Oh, warp fail.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself?
Yep.
You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp
Yeah,
travel?
we got some sort of anomaly.
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clearer picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship.
Around the ship.
I'll prep a shuttle.
The scientific method. Okay, so the Resolute is just chilling there among the
I'm
asteroid
setting up a
field.
waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Fly the shuttle to your objective to complete the mission. Use W to fly forward, D to fly backward, to turn, Q to ascend, E to descend. Okay, so this one there, and Q and E. The storm will push your shuttle around. Stay focused to maintain your course. Okay, it's some weird controllers. So W and D. Why don't W and S? Can I remap this? Wow. And this one is up and this one is down. Okay. No, I don't want to exit the game. Or resume. Okay, so fly up, fly down, go forward. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Impulse speed at maximum.
Commander Westbrook, the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Hey, don't get sassy.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
No. I don't take it personally.
Nah, I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part.
Yes,
Remind
I am
me of it
mature.
when I start complaining to you about the ship's new first officer.
Okay, we're gonna fly here. 2.1 kilometers. So our warp field extends quite a bit around the ship. Oh, look at this. It says impulse. The controls were
This
wrong.
is far enough.
Okay. I saw like the
Transporting the first probe into position.
control configuration in this screen. It made sense. Like
First probe is
WSAD.
deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Okay.
Problem?
I'm just not getting any traction with her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge.
Yes.
She didn't listen to me when you were out on the hull and I was trying to make it safer for you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one.
You should give her a
Solana
chance.
chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is
Awesome.
running. Warp field collapse in
Okay, let me see something over here. So, Carter. Nothing new. Nothing new. We got the smooch with Miranda. And this guy doesn't give a rat's ass about us.
3, 2, 1, mark.
What the?
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there.
So can we saw space back together or something like that?
With
Does
2
the
points of
fabric.
data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there.
Okay. Okay. You see, impulse W, S reverse,
Listen,
A and D
I'm gonna give you a
strafe,
piece of
and Q and
advice I wish
lower and
someone had
raise.
given
This
me.
makes sense.
make sure you're never just one thing. And don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer.
A little bit of a jackan.
What a load of crap.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential.
Thank you.
You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. And who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
I'm happy where I am.
Of course, if you get an officer's commission, they'll put you on another ship.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
Decades. Okay, we got a thing. Let's see. Westbrook says, Commander Westbrook enjoys his conversation with Carter, coming away with the impression he's smart, pragmatic, and content with his position aboard the Resolute. Yes. Pretty awesome. just gonna put it up a little bit. Okay, we're approaching the area of deployment. There.
Here.
Come on, deploy it.
This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1. On.
Holy crap.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
Okay. You got a pen and something? So what do we do? Locate interference peaks. Oh, look at this. There's one over there. What do we have here? Oh, there's one over there.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Okay. Oh, there's something here. That's the Resolute. There's a peak right next to the Resolute, which could be like the warp thing. We got this one. We got there's another one over there.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Oh.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally.
Oh.
I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they do that?
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Yeah.
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Okay, should we start firing? No? Okay, suspicious. New episode.
One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board.
But we just told you.
Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship.
Yeah, this one.
This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Well, the weapon.
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines.
All right.
Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Yeah.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen.
Yes.
Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
That may be true.
Maybe.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon, it's almost as if they want to start a war. And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Illidians respect is force.
I would say he's right about that. But at least they know when to hold back.
But that does not explain why they would turn their aggressions against us.
They want a war against the Federation.
I don't think the Illydians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illydians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Yeah.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt.
Hey, hello.
We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
There we go.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Thank you. Oh. Some sort of crystal thing. Receive scan data.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Okay.
Tylus.
See ya.
Can we reconnect?
Yeah, call her back.
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
Straight into voicemail, huh?
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
She knows what she's doing.
Tylus wouldn't have offered to help if she didn't know what she was doing.
That's a lot of faith in someone we barely know. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell.
We got a thing. Let's see. Captain Solano liked Jara's pragmatic approach to any danger Tylus might encounter by helping the Federation. Okay. Ambassador Spock thought Jara performed well under pressure. Okay. We don't have any other things. Okay.
That was.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Tylus suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Illydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification.
Yes.
But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Thank you. You know, Spock's kicks ass.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari.
Containment protocol.
Even better than our probes.
Nice.
So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
There we go.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
Also, why do you keep slamming the case, you know?
Took some damage on the way.
it all can break. You pinch yourself, but you're already awake. No warning, the sky can crack. Take something that you never can